What is going on, people? Zach here, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video we're doing the game week 2 predictions for the Premier League. Let's get into it. Just before we start this video, if you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button, like the video if you do enjoy it, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so there's no Friday game unlike last week, so we're starting off with a Saturday 12:30 and Man United are taking a trip to the Amex. Brighton Man United, it's going to be a good game. Brighton looked really good first game, Man United looked half decent. Brighton at home, I think they're going to win against Man United. I feel Man United are still good, the same team as they was last season. Yeah, I think their fans are getting a bit carried away after the first win. But I think Brighton are going to do them at home. I think I'm going 2-1 to Brighton. 2 o'clock games now, and starting off with the first one. Palace versus West Ham. My team, West Ham. Away at Palace last season, it didn't go well. The vlog's there. Yeah, we lost 5-2. But this time they've got no Anderson. They might not have Gay. They've got no Elise. Am I scared? Yes. I trust Lopetegui ball though. I think we can get a point. But apparently West Ham might have had an injury in training, and I'm not sure who it might have been and what happened. I think we can get a point there. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be a hard game, but I think I'll be happy to take a point, especially what happened last season. Next one is Fulham versus Leicester. Fulham did look alright against Man United. They had a couple of chances they could have scored, but in the end of the game, to be fair, they did deserve to lose. Man United were the better team. Leicester, on the other hand, got a great point against Spurs opening day. Spurs looked very good that first half an hour, and then second half they just fell off. Leicester could have even gone on to win it. Vardy with a red ball back, and yeah, they looked better than I thought. But I think Fulham are too strong. I think Fulham are building a nice side here with Anderson coming in. I'm not sure if he'll be available. They got Smith Rowe, Muniz, Iwobi, and they've just signed Sander Berg as well. So they're doing really good business. A team to watch, and I think they're going to beat Leicester comfortably. I'm going 2-0 Fulham. Next one, Manchester City versus Ipswich, and seeing how the way Ipswich played in the second half of Liverpool, I'd be worried. Liverpool could have scored 5 or 6 that half, and Man City at home to them, I think it's going to be like that for 90 minutes. I think they could get 5. We'll have to see. Haaland, obviously, everyone's going to be captaining him for this week. He's got to score at least 2 in my eyes for the FPL. Yeah, Ipswich were a bit naff that second half. I don't think they put enough fight in. They're going to struggle this season, and it don't help when you've got Liverpool your first game and then Man City your second game. At least you get them games out of the way, but it don't make you look good at the start. I reckon it's going to be a slog. I'm going for a 4-0 Manchester City. Next one, this might be the boringest game of the weekend. Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. I mean, Southampton, of stats, played well against Newcastle, but Newcastle had a red card for like 70 minutes, so you can't really judge off that. They're at home to Nottingham Forest, who also got a point, but they got Danilo injured, who broke his leg, so I hope he's out for a long time, but wish him speedy recovery. I don't really know what way this games are going to go. Banga and Aina are a doubt as well. There'll be big misses for Nottingham Forest, although they're building quite a big squad. They've got Alex Moreno in from Aston Villa, which is a good signing. I think he's on loan. So that'll see the left back position, see how that works. And I think they're going to beat them, Southampton. I think Southampton are going to win at home. I'm going for a 1-0. One of the exciting games of the weekend now, Spurs versus Everton. I think this is going to be a great game. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, so I won't be able to watch it because I'll be watching Palace versus West Ham. But it's going to be a good game. Porro might be injured. Bentancur got concussed, so he won't be available. So there's 2 starters from the last game that won't be playing for Spurs. Ashley Young obviously got sent off in that 3-0 defeat to Brighton. Branthwaite obviously is injured. They're just missing a load of players. Everton, they did not look good against Brighton. It's a worry for Everton fans if Dyche is the right man for the job this season. It's not looking good. They don't want to go down in their last season at Goodison Park, so they need to sort something out quickly because that 3-0 defeat was worrying. I know they had a red card, but that did come in the 70th minute when they were already 2-0 down. I think Tottenham are going to win at home. I'm going for a 2-1 Tottenham Hotspur. On the list, and probably the biggest game of the weekend, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. This is going to be a great game, to be fair. Aston Villa beat us, obviously. They could have scored more. There was chances we had it to make it 2-1 us, but we didn't take them. They made more chances. They ended up getting a goal. Another day, we might have won, but we didn't. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. Obviously, Duran come off the bench and scored against us, which I'm not happy about. It's looking up to be a good game. Last year at Villa Park, Arsenal lost. Aston Villa beat Man City and Arsenal at home last year, so they're good. Villa Park is a fortress when these big clubs come. 5:30 on a Saturday, don't get much better. Arsenal started off strong against Wolves, obviously, scoring 2 goals. Maybe could have scored more at home. Do I think they're going to do it away? I don't. I think Aston Villa are going to be coming out. Our first home game of the season, I think it's going to be good for them. And I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Moving on to the Sunday games now. And the first one of the 2 o'clockers, which is on TV, is Bournemouth versus Newcastle. I used to think this was a derby back in the day for some reason. But it's the Callum Wilson derby. Yeah. Bournemouth point at Forest away, which is good for them last minute. They're at home, but their home ground's not much of a fortress. They lost to Solanke, obviously. Newcastle still won against Southampton with a red card, but then again it is Southampton, so you'd expect to beat them with 10 men. But they did play 70 minutes with that, and you didn't really see the full extent of Newcastle because they had to sit back and defend for a lot of the game with 10 men. Isak, obviously, the danger man, as well as Anthony Gordon. And I do think Newcastle will take the win here. I think it's going to be a confident win for them. I'm going for a 2-0 Newcastle. Wolves versus Chelsea now, and it's going to be a great game. Obviously, Wolves lost to Arsenal. That Mosquera guy, I had no clue what you were doing, mate, but you need to sort that out. Yeah, Wolves at home, it's alright. Chelsea didn't look the worst against Man City, but they definitely didn't look good. And what I would say is Wolves have beat Chelsea a lot of times in the past. I think they did the double over them last season. So I think it's going to be a tough game for Chelsea. I think Wolves have built an alright squad, but losing Kilman and Neto is a big blow for them. Chelsea just signing more players isn't helping their cause either. But I think Chelsea are going to win. I'm going for a 3-1 Chelsea. And the last one, the 4:30 on the Sunday, Liverpool versus Brentford. Brentford did beat Palace, which I was surprised at, really surprised at, to be fair. I did think Palace, I predicted Palace to win 3-0. I think Brentford are getting relegated. I still stand by that, because he's going about to lose Tony. I know he didn't play, but I just don't think Mbeumo's good enough to keep that up for 38 games a season. And I just think Liverpool at home, second game of the season last year, I think they beat Bournemouth 9-0 in I think it was 7 or 9-0 near the start of the season at home. They love an early home game against a smaller club, Liverpool. They do well. Yeah, and I think Liverpool are going to win this really confidently. They did look alright against Ipswich. They could have scored a load more, but it is Ipswich, so this would be another test for them at home. Arne Slot's first home game as manager. We'll see how they do. I'm going for a 3-0 Liverpool. I've just clocked, that's 2 weeks in a row I've predicted Brentford to get battered 3-0. So if they beat Liverpool now, I'm going to have to start questioning myself. But anyway, they're my predictions for the game week 2. Let me know in the comments yours below if you agree, disagree, but they're my opinions. You can have your opinion, of course, leave it down in the comments below. Make sure you like the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. See you in another video.